What's up, YouTube, and welcome to another exciting video. In this video, I want to talk about how I'm using my passive income from my investments in financial assets like stocks and that to to increase my allocation to precious metals, gold and silver. So if you're new to this channel, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out my website, myroadtowealthandfreedom.com. I'll throw up a link in the description below. You can check out my articles and all that good stuff. All right, guys, so let's get into it. In my last video, I talked about how I wanted to increase my exposure to gold and silver, precious metals. I had a weighting of about, I think it was about 3% last I checked just a few days ago. And my goal is to try to get it to like 5% this year. I'm hoping for a big pullback to help me out with that, help me achieve that. But what I wanted to talk about today was one of the ways that I am trying to do this. If you follow any of the stuff that I write on my blog, you'll know that I'm a huge proponent of passive income. I love dividend stocks. If you're getting rent from a rental property, as long as you're getting cash flow, I invest for cash flow. Then it's all good. And this past month, I just did the report, and it's my largest. It's just completely blew away all the other months. I'm at almost $4,000 in passive income. Now that changes from month to month as different stocks I own pay dividends in different months and whatnot. But I just want to throw that out there because what I'm trying to do is take some of that money in cash. You can, when you get dividends, you can either reinvest it to buy more shares, or you can take that money in cash. And what I'm doing now is I'm taking a little bit in cash, just kind of pulling it out of the system and funneling it into my gold and silver, as you can see here. So that's one of the ways that I'm trying to use some of my financial assets to help fund my diversification strategy into a completely different asset class, one that kind of is not correlated too much to the stock market. So when stocks go down, usually gold in particular goes up as people have to meet margin calls and all that stuff. So all I'm trying to do is just add a layer of diversification that that most of us may not actually have. I mean, if you own mutual funds and stuff, it's all invested in the same stuff. They're all just paper assets, financial assets, stocks and bonds. Maybe you have like a money market fund. That's kind of all stuff that's like in the system. I try to invest a little bit outside of the system. So you want to have some real estate, you want to have some precious metals, some real assets, basically. So I'm happy about this. Overall, July was a great month. I think it's almost over 3,800 in passive income, which is not too shabby. Like I said, a lot of that is automatically reinvested. But whatever I have in the taxable account is I usually just take that in cash, and I can buy more stocks, pay down debt, make an extra payment on my mortgage, or I can maybe buy a little bit of precious metals, which is kind of what I've been doing. I'm glad I did, because silver in particular has gone up quite a bit, almost $5 an ounce since I started this. Yeah, so this past month, I don't forget how many ounces of silver I got, maybe 25 ounces or whatever. Now, that's not a whole lot. And I don't want to own a whole ton of silver, because storage can really become an issue. But I did manage to find a great deal in that silver gold bull 10-ounce bar. I picked up some generic Aztec calendar rounds, as you can see down there, and some more silver Canadian maples. Just basically a staple of silver bullion. I'm also trying to really increase my exposure to gold, because that is a true hedge. Silver usually follows gold, and it moves further and faster and whatnot. But really, if hedge funds, if the average portfolio manager, if they're going to move into any sort of precious metal, it's going to be gold. Central banks are buying it. A lot of people are buying it right now. There's actually a pretty big run on physical gold. So trying to do that, and basically, I hope that will get me up to 5% weighting. I don't want to buy it all at these prices. These are kind of like we're hitting all-time highs in gold. Silver hasn't moved up quite that much yet, but that's not to say that it could. It was like $50 an ounce back in 2011 before the big crash. So I mean, you don't want to be chasing these things all the way up. That said, there's a lot of smart money moving into gold in particular. So I don't want to be the last guy to catch the train. So to that end, I managed to pick up another ounce last week. It should ship sometime this week. I hope I get it. Make a video this week, show you guys, and that should go a long way towards moving the needle towards that 5% allocation. I started off the year about 1.5 to 2% roughly of my net worth in gold and silver. A lot of that was basically a coin, like a coin collection that I had from a while back. But I'm slowly moving the needle. I'm slowly acquiring more, and hopefully the markets will recover, and I'll do even better. Precious metals will have a big pullback, and I'll be able to pick up a few more. But that's what's happening on these pullbacks. That's why the market's really strong right now for precious metals. Every pullback that we're getting, everybody's kind of jumping in and buying the dip. Kind of like what we did with stocks for the last 10 years. Whenever it goes down, you buy the dip. Well, same thing with precious metals. So it was particularly physical precious metals. So anyways, guys, that's my thoughts. I just thought I'd share that. I know times are hard right now. A lot of people, don't have a lot of extra cash laying around, and if they do, they're more focused on their immediate needs. But if you do have investment income, passive income that you get from, I don't know, YouTube or blogs or dividend stocks or whatever, you might want to consider diversifying a little bit among different asset classes, in particular gold and silver. Now, that said, I have to tell you guys, I am not a financial advisor. Do not take anything I say or do as financial advice as of any sort. Do your own research. We're all different. We all invest for different reasons. So that's it. That's my video, guys. Check out my, if you want to see that passive income report, check it out. It's on myroadtowealthandfreedom.com, and stay tuned for more.